Monday was a crazy day. It was the last day of the swell, so I woke up early and excitedly ran down to the beach. Some scumbag stole my leash. So instead of getting angry, I decided to make the day of it and head to Manoa Falls. You see how rough the terrain is here. On the way out, I saw some lady wearing a really nice dress and super spiky high heel shoes. I'm sure she had an amazing time. So I went and got the leash at the surf shop, and I was looking at rash guards, and they recommended this one by John Flores. Seemed pretty nice, so I picked it up. It was the worst rash guard I've ever worn. It was billowy like a trash bag. By the way, this is one of the longest rides I had for the day. But anyway, so the rash guard was the worst. So while I did some research, I found out it wasn't a rash guard for surfing, but for walking around and hunting. So I called the surf shop up, explained the situation. They were super apologetic, offered me a full refund, but I said, no, I'll keep it. And they decided to give me like a big discount next time I buy any products, which is cool with them. Normally I don't do like a first person view like this, but I want to kind of see my snap up, and that was a really good ride. I'm glad I caught it. I switched it back to POV. This was a really good head high, shoulder high day. The girl in front of me was a brand new surfer. A little surf instructor pushed her on the wave. I'm glad she caught it, and it's always nice to see new people progress on their waves. It's kind of inspiring, gives me energy. Here's some little fishes I saw on my board. So cute. But as the day progressed, it got getting a little busier. Waves are still really good. It's evening, so it gets a little zooey. I planned to spend about an hour surfing, ended up spending almost 4 hours surfing, but so caught a lot of good waves, and then some guy was sitting next to me. He's like, I just want to catch my first wave. I'm like, you don't know how to surf? He was like, no. I was like, well, you really don't need to be out here. It's kind of dangerous. I gave him a few pointers, but I said, you need to practice way on the inside. It's dangerous out here. You could run into somebody. Someone could run into you. So I tried to convince him to go in. He was a super nice guy, but he wasn't listening to me. Finally, Mika, one of the surf instructors out there, was like, listen, man, I understand you want to be out here. You see the surfers, but this is not the place you need to learn. You need to go inside where it's safe. You're going to get in people's way. You're going to get hurt. Go inside. Figure things out in there. It's much safer with the smaller waves. This is just not the place. And the guy finally listened. And then I thank Mika for that. He's like, oh no, man, that was the same guy I think yesterday that paddled out here, and Mika had to save him and get him back to shore. So I'm like thankful like I kind of stopped the guy and talked to him a bit, because that could have been a very dangerous situation for him and other people as well. As you can see here, the waves are getting busier and busier, and paddling through people on a really busy day becomes kind of a sport on its own. The crowd size kept doubling, and finally it got so busy that there was like 10-person party waves taking off. And then paddling back out was just not fun. You had to try to dodge people, and there's just no way you could paddle to the outside to paddle back in because there's just so many people here. But even taking off, people would kind of move out of your way, which was nice, but there's people outside, people inside, people to your left, people to your right. So I was thankful for any wave I caught, but the crowd was evenly spaced out, inside, outside, left, right. As you see, I'm paddling out the number of people out in the lineup, and that's just one spot. It was like that up and down the beach, completely thick with people. I understand it's the last day of a swell. Everybody wants to come out. There are a lot of tourists out there, a lot of locals out there. It was still, even with all the crowd, the whole vibe was very cool, very mellow. Everybody was talking and laughing, catching waves when you ever could. And every wave you got was just like riding a crazy obstacle course roller coaster. So every time I catch a wave, I was like, oh my God, I thought I had this one here to the left by myself, and then oops, almost. And then another lady, I kind of turned, I was like, keep going, and she fell off. But it was kind of a little small party wave, but it was still fun. One of the best surprises of the day was I saw my friend DJ paddle out, and I hadn't seen her in 2 years. She's such an amazing person. Glad I got to see her and surf with her a little bit. But all in all, even with all the craziness, I feel completely and utterly blessed to be out here. I mean, look at that view. I feel very grateful for the people I met, the moments I surfed, and the views like this. Thank you, everyone. Mahalo.